And a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Citi Field. Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling with you tonight as the Mets open a 4-game series against the Nationals, and yet another day where the Mets pitching depth will be tested because of the news today that Marcus Stroman has opted out for the 2020 season. So that means the guys who were supposed to be the 2 and 3 pitchers in the Mets rotation, Noah Syndergaard and Marcus Stroman, neither one will throw a pitch for the Mets in 2020. We'll talk much more about that later. Meanwhile, the guy who was not expected to be on the opening day roster, Andres Gimenez, continues to establish himself as an important force for the Mets. He had a big day in the Mets win yesterday.
He certainly did. He scored 3 of the 4 runs, but his defense, too, has just been outstanding. And he's a very heady player. Good hustle right there, running out, getting that ground ball in the short right field. He had 3 hits yesterday. He had 3 runs scored, a stolen base, his 3rd. His 11 hits and 3 stolen bases lead all National League rookies, but he's impressive in every aspect of the game. Notice that's his 2nd drag bunt right there for a base hit. He steals timely bases. It's a little slice, only 33 at-bats, but 11 hits, hitting .333. He's done a heck of a job. He got his opportunity when Cano and Rosario went down, and he's worked his way into the lineup. And Luis Rojas has a hard time taking him out.
And he's back in the lineup today, even against a tough left-hander in Patrick Corbin. Meanwhile, Steven Matz goes to the mound for the Mets. He had a very rough go against the Nats his last time out.
You know, Gary, this is the 2nd time he'll match up against Corbin in the last 6 days. In 3 starts, the Mets have lost all the starts, but you mentioned Stroman, Michael Walker with the sore shoulder. He's going to get his starts this year. Time to have a good one. And
lineup day off for Adam Eaton against the left-hander. In fact, only 1 left-handed bat in the lineup for Dave Martinez, and that's his star left fielder Juan Soto. So Josh Harrison, who has great numbers against Steven Matz, gets a start in right field today.
There's a Toyota numbers for Steven Matz this season. It'll be interesting to watch. Not the numbers there, but interesting to watch how many right-handers he's able to get that fastball in on this evening.
Trey Turner leads off. He's been struggling. Matz's first pitch is a fastball in for a strike, and we're under.
And your Lexus Metzi defense. Ramos back behind the dish tonight after a day off. Andres Gimenez getting his 3rd start at second base. He's played all 3 infield positions, 3rd, short, and 2nd, and he's good in all 3. And in the outfield, Nimmo in center. That's been pretty much the steady right there, those 3 guys.
All 3? There's no other position on the infield?
Oh, well, there's 8, right? No, 9.
It's a good 2-strike hitter.
Geico Mets starting lineup. Ahmed Rosario again will lead off against the left-hander. Brian Dozier will DH for the first time for the Mets, the 6th different DH the Mets have used in their first 17 games. Wilson Ramos back in after sitting yesterday. J.D. Davis up to the 2-hole. And there's Patrick Corbin facing the Mets for the 2nd time in less than a week.
Land Rover knows cars, and they also know pitching stats. As you can see, the ones for Patrick Corbin against the Mets in his career, his ERA, though, 4.48.
Rosario had a rough day at the plate yesterday, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. When Ahmed has led off a game this year, he's gone 0 for 6 in that first at bat. Last year, he led off 30